Welcome back to another normal baseball team projection. Today we got the Kansas City Royals. Let's get into it. What's going on? Welcome back to Normal Baseball. I'm Alex, Normal Dog. That's Lewis. And today we have another episode in our team projections. Today we got the Kansas City Royals, a team who was 74-88 last year. Did very bad. They made a bunch of additions last year, going into last year. And then this year, made some other additions. Wasn't a great team. I'll start off by first of all, any words on the 2021 Royals?
I think the only two words to describe them last year are Salvador and Perez. I mean, the guy was the heart and soul of that team and really made it interesting for the most part.
Without a doubt,
But
team MVP.
besides that, I mean, they really didn't have too much going on, which is sad to say because Kansas City seems like quite the fun baseball team. I mean, they have Andrew Benintendi, Alberto Mondesi, Salvador Perez. It's just that obviously the team is not built to win right now as it was in 2015.
No, not at all. I mean, they lost a lot of guys. That team was something special. Let me go over who they actually did add coming into this year. They added Taylor Clark on 1 year, $975,000. Brad Peacock, minor league deal. Zach Greinke, of course, to that 1 year deal, and then Amir Garrett in a trade with the Cincinnati Reds. And then, of course, in that they got rid of Mike Minor, who was traded to Cincinnati, and they also got rid of Kyle Zimmer, who was released, and Wade Davis, who retired. That's really all they lost from this team. Otherwise, it's the same kind of team as last year. That Greinke signing, I mean,
nice to see it goes full circle for his career.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone really expected it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I knew for a fact that he would get a 1 year deal no matter where he went. I just really thought that he would do one more year in Houston and then close it out next season with the Royals. I did not think that he was going to hang it up.
It hasn't been said that it's his last season yet, so let's not jump the gun here.
I'm not to jump the gun, but I mean, I feel like the signing the 1 year deal and where it all started for him, I think it's kind of the writings on the wall for him. And you know, Zach Greinke has never been a guy about big power. Of course, it's always been about his stuff more. I mean, he's still a good pitcher. I just don't think that he's going to be able to. I don't know how much gas in the tank he has left.
Yeah, I guess that's reasonable. I mean, last year Greinke. Obviously, he's going to be their number one this year. Last year, he had a 4.16 ERA. Do you think this year he'll have over under a 3.99 ERA?
I'm going to say under.
Okay, so you're
just because he went from pitching in the AL West, which does have a lot of good hitters, to the AL Central, which honestly, they have a couple guys, but it's very top heavy, you know. And Zach Greinke, especially with all the young guys like in Detroit, and just all around the league, basically, it's not going to be as easy for them to pick up on some of what Zach Greinke throws.
Yeah, I mean, he had a 3 ERA in 2019, but since then he's had 4 and then 4 again. Not a great sign, but like you said, he was in the AL West, which was one of the best hitting teams in the league in all of baseball in the last few years. So maybe if he could tone it down, kind of go back to the Zach Greinke of 2015, 2014, 13, which we know was in him. We saw it a few starts last year, and of course he's always got
we saw flashes
that
of
insane breaking stuff. So we know he could do it. It's just a matter of will he. I'm going over, though, because I don't think he will.
Yeah, good prediction. I mean, we could also see him end at a 3.99. I feel like that's the most Zach Greinke thing to do.
Yeah, he probably will end at a 3.99. I was going to make it 3.995. but no, just 399. If he ends at a 399, no one wins. So let's just pray to God that he doesn't do that.
That's fair.
Then speaking with the rest of their pitching, Brad Keller starting. He started 26 games last year, 5.3 ERA, a negative 3.3 WAR. Brady Singer started 27 games last season, had a 4.91 ERA and a .1 WAR, so not great either. Chris Bubik started 20 games, made a few relief appearances. He's got a funny name.
Yeah.
4.3 ERA. And then Carlos Hernandez, who started 11 games but was in the bullpen a lot, and he had a 3.86 ERA. So, I mean, not great pitching. What do we really expect from the Royals? They're going to be bad this year.
I feel like this is going to be one of their years that they definitely will want to put behind them when it comes time for them to compete again. And it seems like that time to compete might be starting soon with to lighten up the mood here. Bobby Witt Jr. might be coming up this year.
Yeah,
how do we feel about him?
He's their number one overall prospect in baseball. He's projected to play third base for them, even though he's a shortstop, but he can play third base. In the minors last season, 124 games, had a 936 OPS with 33 home runs and 35 doubles. So
and he's been mashing in spring training.
And I mentioned 97 RBIs
in the minors
in 124 games, which is really good.
Yeah. I mean, the guy,
he's the future.
If he can do it at the major league level, I mean, just another young stud in what baseball's becoming right now. Count me in.
Yeah, he's the future, no doubt. And you got him along with guys like Whit Merrifield, who sneakily is really good. I mean, 42 doubles last year, led the league. Salvador Perez, who we know was mashing last year.
Rushes baseballs.
out of nowhere. Hopefully he can keep that up. Benintendi, who we know has it. It's just a matter of can he fully go back to the Boston Benintendi that we know. Carlos Santana, another guy we know who has it. We just need him to go back to the one that we know.
Yeah.
Hunter Dozier has it. Once again, just needs to get there. Then you get to the bottom of the lineup, and it's a little iffy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Their team has like the names, like you said, Whit Merrifield. I mean, Alberto Mondesi's there. Andrew Benintendi. Like their names, they're good guys, like players. I think that definitely if they had, I don't know, like I don't want to say the White Sox pitching, but if they had like really good pitching, like like top 10 worthy, they could be competing come September and October. They really could. Like they have the team to do it. It's just that their pitching is really going to keep them out of it for the most part.
I'll be honest, I disagree. I don't think they have any chance of competing this year. At all.
I said if they had pitching.
No, but you said I don't even think they can make any moves to even. There's no come September.
Oh, no, there's no.
The only really thing I think to watch for is Bobby Witt Jr. and maybe Nicky Lopez, who was pretty good. However, a guy like Alberto Mondesi, this was interesting when I saw this. I mean, he played 35 games last year. He got injured, but 15 stolen bases in 35 games.
Yeah, I mean, he's a speed demon.
That is
a road runner.
That is an alarming rate. So that brings up the question. Another over-under. Mondesi, over-under 39.5 stolen bases.
Over.
Yeah, I'm
58.
I'm also going over. I mean, 15 stolen bases in 35 games in today's day and age is an extremely valuable thing to be able to do.
I mean, that's like Ricky Henderson pace right there.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Obviously, he's not the best offensively, but when he gets on base, he's stealing a base, which is just as valuable. Turns singles into basically doubles, essentially.
Yeah, and I mean, stretching out anything really, and of course his defense is not spectacular, but if you have wheels like that, you can almost get to anything playing short.
Oh, 100%. Can't forget guys on the bench either. Cam Gallagher, catcher. Kyle Isbell, outfielder, who used to be a highly rated prospect. Edward Olivares, who's also an outfielder. You know, not great, but we also said, I mean, their team isn't great. They weren't projected to be great either, so it's not anything like that pops your eyes out of their sockets, you know.
Yeah, yeah, which is it's interesting because the it seems like from the Royals having a once highly touted prospect now sort of just lingering around and stuff, it makes me a little bit concerned for Bobby, but I feel like he's a different case. I mean, I feel like he's definitely better, of course, but it's just, would he benefit from a different situation? Probably. Will he be in a different situation? Not for 6 or 7 years, depending on how much they manipulate his service time.
Right. Um, the one thing, the one thing I was thinking about was, okay, so the trade with Amir Garrett and Mike Minor. I found it really interesting because, like, Amir Garrett has been on the Reds for his entire career, and they trade him away. Obviously, I don't think the Royals even got anything out of it.
No, they done nothing.
It just seems like a pointless trade to me. Um,
Did the
they just
Reds
gave
save
Mike Minor.
salary cap?
I don't know. No, they did not. Ken Griffey Jr. is the highest paid position player on the Reds right now. So the Reds aren't worried about salary cap.
Really, how much is Joey Votto being paid? We'll get to that. Whatever.
Um. So yeah, I mean, Amir Garrett and Mike Minor. Mike Minor was good for them last year. Sucks that he's gone, but now Royals fans have the Javi Baez Amir Garrett trade in their division.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Hey, AL Central fans. I mean, get ready. That is fun.
They
It is
have
fun.
AL Central fans. Speaking of, I mean, they have two reliever infielder rivalries. They got Baez and Amir Garrett, and they also have Joe Kelly and Correa.
Oh,
Four different teams, two different rivalries.
sign me up to watch every single one of those at bats.
Yeah, really, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
I feel like all the highlights as of now are on Joe Kelly and Javi Baez. Obviously, they've come out victorious in the last few times. I would love to see the script get flipped like back and forth, since now they're playing in division all the time.
It'd be great. It'd be funny.
Count me in.
I'd love to see it. Yeah, I mean, let's see what else we could talk about. We were talking about Bobby Witt Jr. before, and obviously, I was talking about how he had 33 homers in 124 games. He's expected to play a lot of games this season. Do you think he'll have over or under 34 and a half homers?
In the majors,
Yes, in the majors.
under. I think
I'm also going
that
under.
gap between Major League and AAA is just gigantic.
I don't know,
even
because
for
we've
the
seen
best
guys do
players.
it. We've seen Pete Alonso, Aaron Judge in their first full kind of years in the majors do this kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I
would love to be
certainly,
wrong. I would love to be wrong.
yeah, I certainly don't think it's a stretch. I think it's possible, but is it likely? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's the
I
safer
mean,
bet to go under.
the safer bet to go under, but the baseball fan in me wants to say over.
Right.
Because it would be really fun to see Bobby Wood Jr. really tear up the lead while everyone's like, oh my god, who is this guy? How do we pitch him?
Yeah, really. And maybe the first couple months it'll be like that.
I hope so. That'll be fun.
Oh, me too. I was surprised that there was no real injured players on this roster. Um, there's one relief pitcher, but he's not important. Well, I don't want to say he's not important, but not a big name. Tyler Zuber, so not a big name at all.
Not at all.
Besides that, no injuries going into opening day. At least doesn't seem like it, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
do they-
if the team's healthy, I mean, let's just hope that the Royals have just a fun season. Like, just really put on a show for the fans at the end of the day.
Yeah, I want to see who they play on opening day. Kansas City Royals 2022 schedule.
They play the Minnesota Twins.
Do they
Javier
actually?
Baez. I mean, not, they're playing the Minnesota Twins. No, I don't know.
Javier Baez is also not on the Twins.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Detroit Tigers, but then my mind went to Correa
It's
because we were
not.
talking about Joe
Oh,
Kelly
okay.
and
Spring
Correa.
training, first half. Here we go. They open up oh no, in this can't be right. This says in Kansas City against Cleveland, but it says they play one, two, three, a 5 game series with them. No double headers.
That's the most AL Central thing to happen.
No double headers. How is that possible?
I don't ask questions just because last season we saw the Mets and Pirates play for what felt like 2 years straight
Yeah,
against each other.
but April 7th, April 8th, April 9th, April 10th, April 11th. That can't be right. Let me source this. Let me go to MLB website. We gotta investigate here.
Okay, and while you do that, I'll talk more about Bobby Witt Jr., who I think is just going to be an absolute problem. Could he be my pick for the MVP? I mean, not MVP, for the Rookie of the Year in the AL? Quite possibly. Depends on how many games he plays, of course. Looking forward to him. Salvador Perez, if he can repeat 70% of what he did last season, I consider that a win for Salvi. Obviously, if he could do 170% more,
I figured it out.
he figured it out. Let's hear it.
So the first website I looked at just had it at all, but it's actually because they have opening day on the 7th, and then the 8th there's no game because in case of a rain out, and I guess the website just didn't clock that was the case because they don't obviously I guess they don't know baseball and they just saw the 7th to the 11th and thought there must be a game every day.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense, but whatever. Yeah, so no, that's it. They only play 4 because that made absolute that I was flabbergasted. That's what I was.
They're bringing back 5 game series.
Too much. 4 is a good number.
You go through an entire rotation in a series. Oh my god.
That'd be terrible. That would be so bad. Oh my god.
Imagine they play 5 games. They play 4 games, rain out. They play 3 games, rain out, double header, travel day across like the country. Oh my god.
Fear.
Really putting these players through the ringer at that point.
That's fear. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Um.
MLB, if you're listening, please never do 5 game sets.
Yeah. No. Even when every team's playing each other, please don't do 5 game sets.
For the love of everything holy.
And yeah, they didn't really extend anyone. Nothing really that big. That's really all there is to talk about for the Royals. I mean, we'll go over these last two points, and then that should be it. I mean, we'll go. Who do you think their team MVP is going to be this year?
I think the obvious pick is Salvador Perez, but I'm going to be different. I'll say Zach Greinke.
Okay.
Who do you think their MVP is going to be?
Give us a little thought on Zach Greinke, though.
I mean, there's gonna be that nostalgia feeling. I think he still has a lot left in the tank for one season, and I feel like his mentality going into it is not, this is my last season, whatever. I think it's gonna be, I'm back where it all began. Like, let me show these guys once again, like, why I was here and why I contributed.
Yeah, so he wants to prove that he's not washed for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, Zach Greinke, I feel like, is the type of guy that he signs this 1 year, and if he can get vets minimum, even to go pitch somewhere else, he'll do that till he's 100 years old.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, I would do the same. He just wants to play baseball, man.
Yeah, can't blame him, don't we all?
Yeah, but my pick here is actually I'm going with Whit Merrifield because he had a pretty underrated season last year. He played all 162 games, which was I believe it's the 3rd season in a row that he's played all the games. Let me.
I was going to break Cal Ripken Jr.'s record at that point.
Let me check that. But yeah, he played 162. Yeah, 3rd season in a row he's played all the games. Granted, there was a 60 gamer. There was a 60 game season in there, but still. Um, and he didn't do terrible, just under 700 OPS, but that's expected from a guy like Whit Merrifield who doesn't hit it for power.
Yeah.
But 42 doubles led baseball, and 40 stolen bases led the American League.
Yeah. I feel like Whit Merrifield is that guy that whenever you hear a club say they're one piece away, Whit Merrifield could always plug in because he has the wheels to play the outfield, or he can stick him somewhere in the infield that's not first base.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he'll be the outfield this year. But I just like him. I think not the numbers, the
He passes the eye test very well.
but the like averages and stuff don't pass the eye test. But I think if you go under that, he is very valuable. I mean, a 91 WRC plus, but like getting 40 stolen bases and 42 doubles in a season is extremely valuable. 74 RBIs.
40 season.
He had a 40-40 season with doubles, and he also had 40 walks, but that doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, I mean, that's 40 doubles technically, if he can steal all 40 bags too.
Yeah. And then lastly, to round it all out, I mean, we just went over this entire team. Do you think this team gets over or under 75.5 wins? Keep in mind, last year they got 74.
Under.
Under? I'm also going under.
I feel like it's going to be under by like a game or two. Like, give me like 73.
Yeah, I don't know the exact amount, but I do think it's going to be under, because 76 actually seems like a bit much.
Yeah.
Like, for reference, I mean, a team that won 76 games this year, last year rather, there were none that won exactly 76, but like the Mets won 77, and they were in first place for half the season.
Yeah.
The Angels won 77. I think they're worse than the last year's Angels.
Yeah, without a doubt. You know, let's just hope for good baseball out of them.
Right? Oh yeah, of course, of course. But yeah, I think that's really it for the Royals. Not much else to talk about here. Went over everything. Keep your eye out for Bobby Witt Jr. If we did get anything wrong,
future stud.
Yeah, future possible MVP, possible Rookie of the Year. If we got anything wrong, we are sorry. We're not Royals fans. So you know your team better than we know your team. And yeah, I think that should be it. Let's go Royals.
Let's go Royals.
Yeah.
Put the crown on.
Yep. Get that crown on. Get that mascot out here. And yeah, that'll be it for this team projection. This will be for the Kansas City Royals. In 2022, the Kansas City Royals will be in.
Yeah. Fourth place.
Fourth place. You heard it here first. All right.
I always forget that you're going to do that.
All right. This has been Normal Baseball, and we'll see you next time. Peace.